Good day, panelists. Today, we are here to present our research proposal titled A Correlational Study of Game Addiction Scale to the Socialization Scale of the Grade 12 STEM Students of CITU Academic Year 2020 to 2021. The speakers for today's presentation are Adekenya Christian, Julieta Joshua, Briones Joshua, Gumimba John, Sabandal Dwight, Torion Jairo, Tuban Jeev, and Vasquez Lexi. The first speaker for today for the introduction is Christian Gabriel Adikenya.
Good day. My name is Christian Gabriel Dikinia, and I will be talking about the introduction. The introduction will tackle socialization, online games, game addiction, and the statement of the problem. Socialization is a process across the lifespan through which individuals acquire and interact with values and social standards of a specific society and culture. It requires the learning of skills, behavioral patterns, ideas, and values needed for competent functioning in the society. More broadly, socialization is a process through which culture is transmitted or reproduced in each new generation, according to Kaczynski 2012. An online game is a video game that is either partially or primarily played through the internet. Today, there are different kinds of games that can be played with the computer, whether it be online or offline. According to Reeves 2020, gamers tend to play because they can go places and enter situations that are closed off to them in real life. Games are immediately rewarding, providing instant feedback when we do something right and telling us how well we perform every step along the way. For most people, online games are a way to unwind, relax, reduce stress, and overall have a great time with other people. However, to several people, this activity, which used to be a hobby, turned into an addiction which has taken over their lives. According to Addict Health 2009, gaming addiction is characterized by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation are gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. Specifically, this study further seeks to answer the following questions. Number 1. What is the scale of CITU STEM 12 students in terms of game addiction and socialization? Number 2. What is the correlation of game addiction scale to socialization scale among CITU STEM 12 students? And lastly, number 3, what is the perception of the STEM 12 students in online game addiction to their socialization skills?
Literature review. Literature review is divided into 3 parts: the game addiction, socialization, and the correlation. The literature review will further be explained by the next following researchers.
Gaming addiction. An online game is a video game that is mainly played through the internet or any other computer network available. Adams 2006. According to Addict Health 2009, gaming addiction is characterized by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. According to the C.S. Mott Children's Hospital National Poll on Children's Health 2020, 86% of parents agree that teens spend too much time gaming. Twice as many parents say their teen boy plays video games every day compared to parents of teen girls. Teen boys are also more likely to spend 3 or more hours gaming. Overall, parents surveyed say gaming often gets in the way of other aspects of their teen's life, such as family, activities, and interactions. A study of 3,003rd through 8th graders in Singapore, researchers from Iowa State University and elsewhere found 9% of gamers to be pathological, meaning that their gaming damaged multiple parts of their lives, including school performance. Gentili, 2011.
According to Clausen, 1968, socialization refers to a process across the lifespan through which individuals acquire and interact with values and social standards of a specific society and culture. Society interacts with each other over time to the point of influencing each other's opinions, views, beliefs, morality, and creating societies that share those traits and sometimes even diversifying them. One example is online gaming societies. Next, sociability refers to the quality or state of being sociable. It also defines how or in what way people are socializing in everyday life. Over time, this process changes as technology advances and ways to communicate expands.
This is the third part of the literature review, which is the correlation. The correlation is a mutual relationship between two or more things. According to Cole and Griffiths, consistent students prefer spending time in gaming instead of socializing in the real environment, which could be labeled as antisocial or introverted. And according to Jans and Martins, the members of this community usually share the same interests in online gaming. Online student gamers can create meaningful relationships with other gamers and maintain these relationships.
Now, for the next part is the conceptual framework. In this part, we could see that there are three variables present. We look into the variable of time spent into relationships and time spent playing along regularly to identify its sociability skills, or rather, socialization. The independent variable is time spent into relationships and the mediator variable is time spent playing games alone regularly, and the dependent variable is the sociability.
Research methodology. This is a research methodology which consists of design, environment, respondents, and sampling, which will be explained by the other researchers.
For the research design, the study utilizes a quantitative correlational research design which aims to identify the connection between two different variables. This design will provide the information that will show how the online gaming problem and socialization skill correlate with each other. Research instrument. This study utilizes three different questionnaires, namely addiction gaming scale, which is used to measure the participants' level of addiction to games. The other one is the socialization scale, which is used to measure the level of the participants' sociability. And lastly, a questionnaire that measures the participants' perception of the correlation of game addiction towards sociability, which measures the participants' awareness on the correlation of game addiction and sociability.
Now I am here to talk about the research procedure. In the beginning of the research, the researchers will provide the participant with an electronic letter of informed consent to guarantee the confidentiality of the data collected and their participation in the said research. The electronic consent gives the participant the option of not participating or revoking their participation in the said research if they decide to do so. The researchers will use an online questionnaire for game addiction and their perception. One is used for measuring the scales of participants' obsession to games, and the other one is used to measure the level of their socialization skills through a scale to provide the data. Now, for the distribution, the researchers will use on online platforms like Google Forms to distribute the questionnaires to the respondents. After the respondents finish answering the questionnaires, the data that will be collected from the questionnaires will be used to show the correlation between game addiction and socialization skills. At the end of the study, the researchers will determine the influence of game addiction to socialization skills through analyzing the gathered data to reach a conclusion.
That's all. Thank you for listening and God bless.